absolutely destructive appraisers round.
Oh, still amazing to see plays like that because it boils down to
no! Secure, or at least try to go for the secure on Turtle. Everyone's going up here with the breath of the ocean. Beautiful moving in. Oh my god, Bray's actually quite low.
Oh my.
KENN still gets a double and the Turtle. Can they get more? And they will. That's 4 down for Singapore.
One more spotlight, I would say.
Yeah. 100%. Now,
Hook. Scary hook! Fine! RUBYDD!
Once more, it's LOLSIE going down immediately. Bray on the back line.
Oh,
This
the
time
bite.
around with the
And the
suppress
bite.
coming in from NAOMI will be enough to stop Singapore in their tracks. BABYCAKES and DIABLO all alone. There it goes, not even. The Cali will be able to slow this down. BABYCAKES is still alive though. Flickers in. NAOMI's actually a little bit has immortality. And that's going to be the cleanup. It's a wipeout. Myanmar takes the game.
Okay, LOLSIE starting the aggression here in the early game. Again, this is the best of 1 match between Singapore and Myanmar, the second match of Group B. And you're seeing the flexibility already of RSG or Team Singapore. And Diablo's rocking a high and dry emblem, by the way.
That is interesting. One of the reasons why we didn't really see this Kufra is because this lineup from Myanmar is actually designed to punish heroes like the Kufra, where you are tanky, you have a carry.
Diablo though.
Beautiful movements being done here by Singapore right now. That's some first blood.
oh, well done. As we were talking about how the early game should be good for Singapore, and already they are starting with the kill onto Justin.
Wolf is predicting not just the draft, but early movements as well coming out from Singapore. That move onto mid was what allowed that to happen for Singapore. They got a first skill on the board here, but Myanmar is looking to settle the score as LOLSIE falling really, really low, and RUBYDD will be able to get that kill. And Diablo just watching his friend turn to ashes here, and LOLSIE will respond in about a second, and Singapore is eyeing that Turtle.
Bray's XP was just not quite there for the vengeance play, so nice try there from Singapore.
Yeah, it's going to be the Turtle fight. I'm imagining what could happen. By the way, RUBYDD went for Unbending Will, so expect a lot of damage from RUBYDD, which we know that is his playstyle. A very aggressive, high-octane kind of player. There it is, Turtle fight!
And there it is, KENN securing that absolutely destructive appraisers round.
Oh, NAOMI!
There we go! The X Factor plays coming in from NAOMI. Once more netting a kill and an objective for Myanmar.
Okay, I've finally seen the screen equivalent of basketball in Mlbb. That was a very good layover for the Kufra. He was on top. He was on top of the Joy.
For sure.
Oh my goodness. KENN, by the way, I'd like to credit this guy because that was a telegraph veteran play. But then again, you still get amazed when you see it. Appraiser's Wrath into the Retribution.
Oh, quite easily there. LOLSIE, nice dodge onto the Iron Hook means that's going to be another kill for Singapore. So far, boys, this is blow by blow.
Yeah, Myanmar. I was about to say, you know what? It's a brethren, but it's still amazing to see plays like that because it boils down to
no way! Oh, man!
Oh, LOLSIE! He went back!
NAOMI!
He could have,
lived. Well, I think you could argue that LOLSIE thought that he was for sure dead because Justin still had 3 charges on the Federer strike. But still, you know, chances were there.
That felt like I was watching a movie and I saw someone bending a bullet the way NAOMI just executed that play.
Look at NAOMI.
We were just talking about the fact that they should ban Franco, and already you get 2 massive hooks coming out from NAOMI.
Don't get too excited though. We saw this last game. We saw this
that's
last
true.
game.
No, you're right.
We have learned our lessons.
We've seen a team pull off amazing Franco plays, but it has to translate into late game. And you know what's crazy? They are rocking the carry. So this is quite the same setup, although different lineup.
And the Farsa as well, and the Fredrin.
Oh, no.
But on the flip side, all of them are on the same side.
Exactly. All the main players. Alright, so
well, they don't have Paramis on the opposite end.
Yeah.
So.
Just don't get your hopes up. Oh, nice dodge from KENN. Wow.
That's how you do it. You know, it's not always forward, right?
Yeah, it's always forward. You can always go backward.
That's a pretty good movement. That secures Myanmar the space that they need to secure, or at least try to go for the secure on Turtle. Everyone's going up here with the breath of the ocean. Beautiful moving in. Oh my god, Bray's actually quite low.
Oh my
KENN still gets a double and
goodness.
the turtle. Can they get more? And they will. That's 4 down for Singapore.
Oh my god, this Kenn's guy's too good.
Yeah, and I wanna say that was very fundamentally good for Myanmar. Just, I mean, it looked really flashy, right? It looked really like high up there whatsoever. But the way that we read through the draft, this is exactly what the draft promises for Myanmar. You wanted to go for those kind of engagements. You make sure that KENN will outplay the opponent's jungler because of that Praises Wrath into the Retribution.
Yeah.
In that case, man, NAOMI just played. Yeah. Wonder what they will be, how they will be approaching this. Again, this is wow. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so typically as the Arlet, you go for tenacity, right? As KENN will be trying to go for a kill onto LOLSIE. Unlikely, unless he keeps on doing it.
Yeah, but he's charging up. He has a Praises Wrath.
Oh, the
Try to cancel.
Oh, that's
Oh,
counterplay though.
Nice
And there
retribution
is going to be RUBYDD close by. Final slash. Make sure that there is no follow-up from Singapore.
Oh, wow.
There's damage from RUBYDD, by the way. So you have to really be mindful of that if you're Team Singapore.
I want friends like this, you know, this 4-man defense around Zippy, just making sure that he's able to take out the turret on the bottom lane without any form of pressure. And Myanmar, again, is grouping up, capitalizing on their lead. Probably what we should have seen on the previous series, but Myanmar is now pulling out ahead. And in terms of execution, they are delivering, especially with KENN leading the charge on his brethren.
6 minutes in the game. Look at that. Zippy already almost done with the tier 2 turret on the bottom.
5.7k gold lead for Myanmar. However, this is still a carry versus a Beatrix.
They want to go for the killer to the Khalid. And they will be relying on their hook. But Zippy just taking advantage of one minion. Singapore already knows because it was a freshly taken turtle, which means that everybody else is around that vicinity. And Myanmar traded the turtle for a turret in the bottom. Turtle and turret in exchange for one bottom lane turret.
Yeah, no resource available here for Singapore. Myanmar has full control of the map. KENN will go back to his own jungle though. With Zippy, interestingly enough, he took the purple away from the brethren. So kind of a switch up to whoever is the priority right now. And Myanmar is feeling like the carry needs acceleration at the moment.
Okay, why do we feel this? I think that there was literally just one factor from the previous game that allowed this draft from Myanmar to be, now it's the better draft, right? And it was definitely just the fairness. In the composition of what we saw before, it was literally the same 4 heroes in exchange for an Arla that actually acts like a Yu Zhong anyways, but has more reliable ultimates because it's lower cooldown. So there were any kind of problems for Myanmar when it comes to activating their carry, because this time all of the heroes of Singapore.
Speaking about the Arlot,
Oh
there
man,
it is.
LOLSIE.
Damage.
So much damage right now
Figure
coming
out.
in from Myanmar. LOLSIE not going to be long for this world. BABYCAKES and Roy making a run for it now. There's barely anything that Singapore can do to stop the plays of Myanmar.
yeah, Myanmar not caring about the consistency and stability of Singapore's roster. They're showing why they're a strong team, this dynamic duo between Justin and NAOMI. And of course, RUBYDD showing up with a veteran experience, utilizing the Arlet like what Wolf was mentioning earlier. He has damage, he has setups. Why not use it?
How poetic would it be if Myanmar gets into the finals and plays against Team Philippines?
Oh my goodness.
Arcangel going up against RUBYDD.
Prediction right there. Philippines and Myanmar.
That
in the
might
grand
actually
finals.
settle a very long-standing comparison
Yeah, it
Again,
has been a
between
long
them.
time.
I mentioned M2 earlier. That affair started on that tournament, you know?
Yep, that's right.
And there has been no ending with that story. So it is a possibility that we see it come to fruition in seagames, but Myanmar has to, of course, come out of their groups first.
It's just the first
Yeah.
set of matches, so yeah.
Gotta be Indonesia first, guys. Come on.
Conceal.
And now it's gonna be Myanmar. They are now pushing Singapore on the ropes, although there is a play from BRAY that's possible on top side.
Yeah.
I don't know what he can do with this.
Yeah, I
It
don't
looks
think
like he
so.
doesn't know either, so he's gonna back off.
Yeah, I gotta say, Myanmar realizes how weak this Joy is when put in a jungle
Yeah,
role. If you
it's-
don't give him the fights,
Exactly.
he's not gonna be able to establish that momentum. And Myanmar has been playing objective since
goes.
minute 1.
Beautiful movements coming in from Justin. He's actually able to zone out.
LOLSIE!
LOLSIE! That was way too far back. Roy goes down without a fight. It is a 4v5.
NAOMI!
Naomi, oh my goodness. Someone stop this guy. He's just going loco right now. But
Bray,
there's
Bray.
the backline play from Bray. It's a double from the Singaporean jungler.
2v3.
Do they want to push this? Well, they do have a minion in the bottom lane, a minion wave.
And
I
if they
mean,
can.
can they actually? Beatrix?
Oh, 5 seconds at the Kufra.
Yeah, that's it. They're just gonna be farming it out.
Yeah.
Well, not coming out from Myanmar with the hook again, coming out from Naomi. And I would ditto what Midnight have said. Jungle Joy is weak because he cannot have the one-shot potential. Unless, of course, you saw in that fight where the entirety of the backlines of Myanmar were low anyways. Like half HP on the Farsa. If it's just a normal jungling Joy without any kind of pokes from his teammates, he will not be able to kill Justin. But because they're low anyways, there's that factor. However, they had to sacrifice a lot for that play. That is the main weakness of the jungle Joy.
Yeah, and you know, seeing this draft from Singapore, and now that the items, I just feel like, feels like there's no tank, like there's no front line, there's no actual front line.
Deadly item coming from Justin. This is now you're countered. The Joy definitely countered.
Oh
With a
my,
winter
with a
truncheon play.
Yeah,
Winter
you can
truncheon,
just
bro.
you can stand the ground, enjoy the dance being laid out by Bray. Let's watch it for the entire 2 seconds.
Exactly.
And yeah, this is a big problem for Singapore. Aside from the fact that they lack damage, they lack front line. They severely lack front line. And attempt from LOLSIE to engage against KENN, but no follow-up damage.
It's very unlikely that there was
Flicker out.
result.
Oh, the taunt!
A beautiful energy eruption. Nowhere for LOLSIE to go.
He
The
held that, by the
man.
way. He held that.
Myanmar, all the players are superstar trigger.
Yeah. Now-
Literally, Naomi, his signature Franco, right? You can see that even KENN, we know that he excels on those assassin junglers. But even with the Fredrin, knowing your windows
Yeah.
with the spells and landing it perfectly,
All right.
really leading in this game.
Nice attempts from Bray once more to just try to get some info. Try and see if he can pick someone off. It's just not happening for
It's
SG so
hard.
far.
It's hard for Singapore, man. Like Myanmar, there's a reason why they have been able to, clinch the top spots, even amongst the, amongst top teams in international tournaments. Although we haven't seen much of them lately, this is still the same roster that proved a lot of the fans wrong last MSC, as they were able to outperform different teams. And Singapore right now, they are the victims of this Myanmar spotlight, I would say.
Yeah, 100%. Now,
Hook. Scary hook!
final
RUBYDD!
dash!
Once more, it's LOLSIE going down immediately. Bray on the back line.
Oh,
This
and the
time
bite.
around with a
And the
suppress
bite.
coming in from Naomi will be enough to stop Singapore in their tracks.
the
BABYCAKES and
hook.
Diablo all alone. There it goes, not even. The Kali will be able to slow this down. BABYCAKES is still alive though. Flickers in. Naomi's actually a little bit has immortality. And that's going to be the cleanup. It's a wipeout. Myanmar takes the game.
That's business for Myanmar. Objective and clean, methodical approach as they win over Singapore 1-0 in their first match here in SEAGAMES.
Not even breaking the sweat, right?
Yeah,
That's how you use an early game advantage.
that's how you
just
trigger a superstar.